Hi everyone. Today I just want to talk about something that I hope is going to make it simple so that you understand when people talk about thinking, and most of the time when people say we become what we think about. I think you might have heard this before, that it said that we become what we think about most often. And maybe you might have asked yourself to say, but if we become what we think about, I must have become already a very successful person, because I do think about success sometimes. But I just want to make this very, very simplified so that at least you know when we talk about this thinking, what does thinking imply, and how do you do this? How is it done effectively so that you can get the results that you always want to attain? Firstly, let me show you what a thought is. When we say thinking, we're talking about thoughts. A thought is just like a seed that you plant on the ground, and once you plant that seed and always water it most of the time, you are going to get to a tree that is going to grow, and it's going to bear the fruits that you want to experience. That's how simple it is. That a thinking or a thought is just like a seed that you're planting. But now when we say you become what we think about, or we become what we think about, this is what it means. Because most people, they think when they see things happening or they hear things happening through the five senses, they think that is thinking. If what we are doing is to be able to see things, hear things, taste things, feel things, and smell things, and react to those things. You hear certain news and react to those news. You hear certain things on the radio, you see certain things on TV, and you start to react to those things to say, but why are things happening this way? That we cannot consider that to be thinking, because now you are in a reactive mode. You are reacting to whatever that is happening. But thinking, it means you are creating something that you want to experience. I think that is where the difference comes in. You want to get something, you originate an idea of what is it that you want to experience. That is now what we call thinking. And you can do this by two ways. There are just two ways that I want you to be able to remember. There are two things that you can use. These things, you have them. These are called mental faculties. We all have them. One of them is the willpower. The second one is imagination. The will simply means being able to focus on one particular type of an idea over and over again. You repeatedly focus on this idea most often, and once you do that, chances are that you are going to experience this in your life. Because we say where focus flows, and where focus is, energy flows that direction. So where there's focus, the energy will flow in that direction. That's what happens. So now, if you have the will, which is the first thing that I mentioned, is the will that you need to have. The second is imagination. Imagination is having certain images of things that you want to experience, because unfortunately most of the time people have the will and the imagination for things that they don't want to experience. So they do this unconsciously. So what I want you to do is to be able to do this consciously, to be able to have to focus on something that you want to experience and have images of this thing that you want to experience most of the time. That is what we call thinking. That is why we say you become what you think about, or we become what we think about. But then the question is, how do I do this? How do I have this willpower, and how do I have this imagination so that it's focused on something that is certain that I want to experience? You can do that. You can do that through having goals, what are called worthwhile goals. If you create a worthwhile goal, something that you want to attain in your life, you are going to experience it at the ultimate end. Because if all you do is to focus on this goal, you have the willpower on this goal, you have your imagination is on this goal, chances are that you're going to experience it. And if we become what we think about, just imagine this, we become what we think about, you are thinking about the goal that you want to experience, chances are that you are going to become the goal that you are thinking about, meaning you are already going to be a successful person. Because it's El Nightingale who said, successful people are people with goals are successful because they know where they are going. That is simple. They simply know where they are going, and that's why they get to where they are going. But unfortunately, most people, they don't know where they are going. They don't have goals. So goals help you direct your thinking, so that you know where you are thinking, where your will is, where your imagination is, where your focus is most of the time. That is the simplest way that you can say, now I am thinking into results. I hope this was very, very, very helpful, and it will make you start to experience the type of life that you always wanted to experience. Thank you very much. This is Tingara Tlhapane. Until next time, I hope you succeed, and I hope you get to develop the goals that are going to empower you, and that are worthwhile goals that are going to make sure that you experience the type of life that you always wanted to experience. Until we talk next time, this is Tingara Tlhapane. May God bless you. Bye-bye.